C Murder is one of the most complex and contentious of the Southern hip-hop gods. C Murder, whose real name is Corey Miller and who is the younger brother of Master P, the founder of No Limit Records, rose to prominence as one of the most promising new artists in hip-hop in the late 1990s. He immediately made a name for himself among the performers on the No Limit roster with his rough delivery, direct storytelling, and unapologetic documentation of street life. This is the narrative of his rise and fall and ongoing influence on hip-hop, despite the fact that his life and career have been marred by scandals, such as a sensationalized murder conviction that has divided his supporters and critics. On March 9, 1971, Corey Miller was born in New Orleans, Louisiana. Corey was exposed to the harsh realities of street life at a young age while growing up in the Calliope Projects, one of the most infamous housing projects in the city. With No Limit Records, his older brother Percy, Master P. Miller had already started to establish his empire, and Corey saw music as a means of escaping the cycle of violence and poverty. Before C Murder's 1998 solo debut, Life or Death, he made his debut on No Limit's compilation albums. With a number 3 peak on the Billboard 200 and platinum status, the album was a commercial success. Songs like Y'all Heard of Me and Down for My Ends demonstrated C Murder's unadulterated talent and his capacity to engage audiences with his unvarnished storytelling and street cred. C Murder was one of No Limit Records' most well-known artists during the late 1990s, when the label was at its peak. He established himself as a gritty, no-apologies rapper with a series of hit albums, including Bassolini, 1999, and Trapped in Crime, 2000. His partnerships with Master P, Silk the Shocker, Mystical, and other No Limit artists influenced the label's sound. When C Murder was detained and charged in 2002 for the murder of 16-year-old Steve Thomas in a nightclub in Harvey, Louisiana, his career took a sharp turn. Many people wondered if the trial was fair, and it was a big news topic. Claiming that he was being wrongfully accused and that the evidence against him was based on dubious witnesses and circumstantial evidence, C Murder insisted on his innocence. Despite his objections, C Murder was found guilty of second-degree murder in 2003 and given a life sentence without the possibility of release. Following the discovery of prosecutorial wrongdoing, the conviction was later overturned and the case was remanded for a new trial. C Murder was retried in 2009 for Steve Thomas's murder. He was convicted for the second time and given a life sentence. This time, the conviction stood, and C Murder has been incarcerated ever since. The majority of his followers believe he was wrongfully punished because of who he was and the outspoken lyrics of his songs, which has kept the case controversial. Even while incarcerated, C Murder has not stopped releasing songs. While incarcerated, he produced albums such as Calliope Hustlers and Penitentiary Chances, which include guest verses by Snoop Dogg, Boozy Badass, and Master P. His name has remained visible in the hip-hop community thanks to the records, which have also helped him stay in touch with his audience. Attorneys and supporters of C Murder have vigorously battled for his release, citing trial mistakes and fresh evidence that they say can clear him. His quest for justice has received even more exposure as a result of the interest shown in his case by celebrities like Kim Kardashian. C Murder's surroundings and experiences have always been reflected in his music. His unapologetic, unvarnished lyrics provide a window into the harsh realities of living in the projects, including poverty, brutality, and structural injustice. His music serves as a cathartic outlet and a reminder of the terrible reality faced by marginalized people, according to his admirers. There is no denying the complexity of C Murder's legacy. Although his skill and impact on hip-hop are undeniable, his career has been clouded by his murder conviction. For them, he represents the criminal justice system's shortcomings and the disproportionate arrests and punishments of black men. Others believe that he is a convicted murderer and that his life and career are inextricably linked. It is impossible to overestimate C Murder's influence on Southern hip-hop, whatever the disputes. He helped establish New Orleans sounds at the epicenter of the rap scene with his No Limit contemporaries, opening the door for upcoming generations of Southern musicians. Artists like Kevin Gates, Young Boy Never Broke Again, and Boozy Badass have all mentioned him as an inspiration, demonstrating his influence. Although C. Murder is still inside, his lawyers are still working to have him released. Supporters think he will be cleared if further evidence is found or if laws are changed. Fans continue to be drawn to his music and narrative in the meantime because they see him as a representation of tenacity and the pursuit of justice. His courtroom conflicts mirror the systemic problems that still afflict the legal system, and his songs continue to serve as a powerful reminder of the hardships faced by members of oppressed communities. C. Murder's life will remain contentious for many years to come, regardless of whether he is seen as a tragic hero or a warning tale. How do you feel about the legacy of C. Murder? Do you think his conviction is the end of his journey, or do you think he deserves another chance?